What's good, everybody, and welcome back to the Winning Formula podcast powered by Ballislife. I'm Terrell Bionic Brooks.
I'm Dev in the lab, and I got a lot of stuff I want to say today. And
Oh, man.
we got a great podcast. There's a lot going on, right?
It is. Today, we're going to preview what might be one of the most intense events we've had in a minute. And we talk about North Carolina. You know, North Carolina has basketball culture. Then you already know there are certain places that mean more to hoop. And North Carolina is one of those places. Some cities produce talent and some cities produce killers. And Carolina basketball culture has always had a different type of ego to it. So today we're going to break down the matchups in North Carolina, Dev, the personalities, the pressure, who has the most to gain, and why the 1v1 scene is starting to feel like basketball's version of rap or like the underground rap league. It's a lot of 1v1s, and you can also compare it to UFC at this point. So, Dev, I want to talk
a little
to you.
bit of Housewives. You know, what's the Housewives show called?
What is it? Desperate Housewives?
It's kind of like a little bit of Desperate Housewives lately, too. It's kind of weird.
Desperate Housewives. We got Real Housewives. We got everything going on because it's a lot of drama, bro. But before we get into all the drama, Dev,
Okay.
I want to start with North Carolina and the hoop culture out there, because regional hoop culture, that changes everything. The energy changes, the disrespect changes, the pressure changes in different environments. And certain places have pride attached to basketball, right? So North Carolina has always been one of those places. You can feel it in the guards. It's very guard heavy. You can feel it in the pace, how competitive it really get. We're talking about in the gym, out in the streets, whatever. It ain't really just like, let's just hoop. It's, I'm trying to prove something. And we got Proving Grounds going down in North Carolina. Dev, what sticks out to you about this card?
The card is so like, I know a lot of people, and I'm not blaming nobody else's strategy, right? I know a lot of people are going to get other people's players, right? Everybody's looking for the same old matchups, but me personally, I'm just tired of the same old matchups. So I'm excited to get out to another place where we're able to find some new players that the scene doesn't necessarily know about. The scene knows about Fonby, DJO, Scar, Reese. You know, they know about the Cams. They know about all these players. But let's get back to finding talent. That's where I'm at, and that's the direction that I wanted to help Ballers like go in. That's why we've been doing the Proving Grounds anyway. So we got a lot of new talent, and we went no other than the hoop state. Instead of just recycling the same old players over and over and allowing guys to just feel, to me, I just see some guys, and not all of them, getting comfortable.
Facts.
Right? I want to add more players to the pot so you can't get comfortable. Right? And I want to find the good ones. I want to find guys that the city is speaking up for. And I didn't go handpick these guys. The only person that I was like, we gotta have them, when I went to see Crimes. And the reason why I went to, so you guys gotta know, I went to North Carolina. I'm gonna talk about it in a second, but we went to a little open gym and we had some ones going on. And there was two players that really stood out, and one of them was Crime. They was like, he gonna bring the city out. But when he came, we put him on the floor. He beat everybody, and he's the smallest player on the court.
Okay.
So Crime, DJ, earned his way. And I made sure that the matchup happened. I think that he's playing against, I don't want to say the wrong thing because I'm looking at the
for Crime. Or you talk about Crime or DJ? Because Crime playing left hand down, right?
Yeah, Crime DJ, that's his name.
DJ.
Yeah, Crime playing against left hand down.
Okay. Yeah.
So, you know, we haven't seen left hand down as he's not been in the series for a second. You know, because if you miss a series, that's like a month of videos, not like that you're not in it. Yeah. And I want to make sure left hand down, like, you know, everybody kind of was down on him after what happened with Malik, right? He lost to Malik. Wins and losses, right? Bounce back.
That's how the game go. Yeah.
Give him another chance. So he's against Crime. But yeah, that's the main player that I saw. I was like, oh yeah, we gotta have him on because he's fun to watch. He's exciting and he's not afraid of anybody. So we want more of this. We want more of finding new players.
We need that. Yeah. I haven't had a chance to see Crime DJ his game just yet, but if you pulling for him, Dev, or you vouching for him, I'm sure he got game because you got a great eye for talent. And touching on that left hand dom, you know, point that you were making, what people don't know is left hand dom actually, he had a pretty bad eye injury just before
Man,
his matchup with.
and that's not an excuse.
It's
That's not
not.
we're not
It's
making, but
not.
it
It's
is
not.
something.
It is something that's going on. Real life happened, and he went out. He came back. He was in the gym. He was training for Malik. Fell short, and I think he deserves another opportunity to have his talent out there and perform on a high level because before that, Left Hand Down was on a kill streak, a winning streak of some of the top names, legends in the game. So Left Hand Down versus Crime, it feels like pure entertainment, right? When you talk about and you explain how competitive DJ is and how he was beating everybody, it feels like one of those games where like momentum and crowd energy can completely be everything, especially for a guy like Crime and DJ and not being his area or his era. Um, so I think these are like really dangerous games because you don't really know or you haven't seen a guy like Crime on the scene as much as you've seen Left Hand Dom. So if you're Left Hand Dom, how do you prepare for a matchup like this?
Well, you gotta study him up, right? I don't think that Malik was on one, but he's actually just good,
Yes,
And so right now, or during that game, he was just better than left hand Dom.
100%.
And no matter Dom should feel like no, that was just a fluke. I'm telling you what my eyes see. And can people get better? Of course, they can. He can come back and get them just like. But you got to have the right game plan. So I was a part of helping him, like, kind of see what Malik does. But I really didn't deep dive because if I were to deep dive, I got to do the same thing for left hand Dom for
It's equal.
Malik.
Yeah, you got to do the same thing for both players.
People have done that though. They came to me and asked like how to beat him. Well, and then the other person came and asked me, and I just told him how to beat him too. I'm not holding back. I'll show you exactly what the person is doing, and if that makes the game. No, that makes the game.
Makes a good game.
I'll tell you this though, I didn't want left hand Dom versus Crime. I wanted Crime. Me and Matt, we were trying to fight for Crime versus Chris Likes. It fits more. I wanted somebody a little bit bigger for left hand Dom, but in the end, Crime was like, "Give me whoever."
Okay,
so I was like, you got to give it to her, and we couldn't get in contact with Chris Likes, so it didn't end up working. But I thought that would have been the game too.
That would have been a great game.
What
would have been a great game? Let's take another look at one of the matchups on the card, which is going to be one of the funnest matchups. I feel like we got a newcomer in Sim. He's going to be going against Pat. Right. Hopefully I got that right. So we're going to start with Pat versus Sim. And I think that this matchup right now is going to be about who controls the pace, who controls the tempo, and who forces the other player into uncomfortable possessions. When you look at what Sim was able to do against Scar, he controlled the pace very well. He did a very good job at that. And you've seen Pat in different environments struggle with controlling the tempo and controlling the pace. So what are the keys to this game, Pat versus Sim? And what are your thoughts?
More physical. Sim plays more physical than Pat does. So I got a few questions. What is well, all right, I'm gonna tell you. Sim said he gonna go through his chest. And by the words of Lamar Peter, you go through my chest for 30 points. What am I?
Hey, a B word.
Right? Okay, so we know what Sim is on. And we seen it too. Like he actually probably will try to do that. He probably will try to go through his chest. But what happened if I make you go right the whole game? The whole game. And I know you like to step back to the right. So if I'm on that step back, now what are you gonna do?
Yep.
That's the questions I have. And then on the other end, okay, Pat, I know the main thing you do is go hard left. And then when you go on runs, it be because people so afraid of that hard left that they back up and you can shoot. So what happens if that gets taken away? Now, the speed advantage goes to Pat. Pat is fast.
Quick.
Now, one thing that Sim pretty much says, like, you're not going to be in shape. Well, I didn't see enough. Right? That's what he's saying. I'm not even gassing it. Like, that's
for real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, what you gonna do? Like when it gets, they said Pat is the GOAT when it comes to playing at 15. they say he run out of gas, and I've seen it, bro. He was burning the building down when he played against not Zoe. I can't remember the dude. He wear like a do-rag, but whatever. This dude is good. And he was
Okay.
killing him and then he got hurt.
Oh,
And it's just
wow.
like I ain't seen so many times where Pat does that. I've been one of Pat's supporters. No matter how long he get killed online, no matter when he was saying I was a hater, that
Yeah.
one time we was commenting on him,
Yeah, when he
I still supported Pat, and I told him to his face. Pat
yeah,
I don't care
back
what
in
the
who?
comments say.
I think he took a little bit of an exception to the whole picking on Pat
Do
phrase,
something
but
about it.
honestly, again, if there's no truth in that statement, you wouldn't be saying it, Dev.
I don't
So,
just make up stuff.
you
You
know, it happens, especially if you're playing in a 3v3 game format. You got to look for the mismatch. And a lot of times that's what basketball is going to be about. We've seen it in the 5v5 space. I saw it last night in the Knicks game. They were definitely targeting James Harden, and Mike Brown was not shy about that in the presser, talking about, hey, we were attacking James Harden, and it's no secret.
know
So
what's crazy? Let's
yeah,
stay on that. His coach went in a post game. He was like, "Yeah, James has been one of our best defenders." Did you not see what was happening? Like we was watching it. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And they was going at him. And I will say, he did play some good defense on some of those possessions.
he did.
But to come back and go on a run that they went on was nuts. But I want to point this out. I love what's going on in the NBA right now.
Yes,
I love it. The
yes.
fact that Mike Brown goes in the post game, we going to him. Ain't no secret.
Ain't no
Can't
secret.
guard. We just, you know what? He threw the game plan out the window and attacked this man. And that's low-key what our scene is about. You know who
Exactly.
else behind it? You know who else I'm starting to really love? Wemby.
Come on now.
I don't like Chet. I don't like that Shea won the MVP. And
It's
I'm
supposed to be
going to
me.
go show you who's better right now.
Yes.
And I'm gonna try to do it for 4 games straight. And
That
what's the record this year?
yeah, they've been picking on OKC Thunder this whole season. I don't think that they can do anything with Wemby. We can dive a little bit more into the NBA playoffs later in this
We can
episode,
stay
but
on track. I just like the
yeah,
smoke that's going
I
on
love the
because
smoke.
that's what our scene was built on. And I think that more people should be willing to go out. It ain't no feelings attached, bro. I'm not
Yes.
saying you're a bad person or you're a terrible father. I'm not saying that you belong. Look, you just can't guard me.
Yep.
And if you don't like it, then come prove it. Y'all can
Yeah,
make
come
me
prove
a
it.
meme or whatever if I lose, but like this is the way I feel, and I'm gonna go try to show you exactly what I'm talking about. And if I lose, so what? It's wins and losses.
And so when we look at the wins and losses, seeking out mismatches and playing to the advantage of your team, right? We have a 2v2 going down. That's going to be pretty big in North Carolina. It feels big. We got the star power. We got personalities. We got presence. And it honestly feels like one of like the most cultured games on the card, in my opinion. I feel like people are invested in these names just outside of basketball. We got Zay and Bruce versus Tevin Mack and Chris Martin. Once you get
So
personalities like this involved, Dev, what do you think this one's going to look like?
Teva Pro, Chris, he plays in the G League. Zay played in the G League. Bruce played in the G League. That's why I can't understand like how people come on here talking about, pros and G League players. Bro, we got G League players right here. They're playing in this event.
Yep.
And this is what it's about. Like, dudes, like not ego aside, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna hoop against whoever y'all think is the best. And both guys. Like Tevin wanted the smoke. I've been talking to Tevin for a few months now.
Okay.
And he was with the smoke. And then I ain't really got a chance to talk to Chris, but I watched this film. This is gonna be one of the ones for sure.
I'm excited for that. And you know about Zay and Bruce, how they play, their chemistry. They're
Yeah.
always looking for the mismatch. They're always looking for the opportunity and the advantage that they can gain, whether it's offensively, defensively, or honestly, even just controlling the game with fouls and pace and checking the ball up. Like all those little things are going to matter in this game. And I think with the chemistry Zay and Bruce have, they're going to be a very tough matchup for Tevin Mack and Chris Martin. I don't know what their chemistry is going to be like. I don't know if they play 2v2 together, but we know those guys from the DMV, they've been here season after season battlegrounds, proving grounds, whatever, and they've been showing out.
I wonder how Bruce and Zay, because they're not necessarily 3-point shooters, but they can get hot.
It's
What's
funny.
the game plan?
It's funny though that you mentioned that, because I saw a stat recently on 3-point shots attempted and percentage, and Zay is shooting astronomical number from 3-pointers in all of his pay-per-view games. I think I saw it. Correct me if I'm wrong. We're going to have to pull it up, the analytics. But I think he shot 50% from the 3-point line in his pay-per-view games. I think that's his percentage right now. He's at the top when we're looking at 1v1 players in space right now. And again, as you mentioned, a lot of people look at Zay as not a shooter or a non-threat from the 3-point line. But what we've seen of him in these pay-per-view games, he's definitely came in and showed out.
I'll tell you what I think, and I'll tell you what Zay would say. I don't think Zay's a shooter. I don't care what the numbers say. Zay would tell you straight up, yes, I am. That's how that conversation will go. Because what we know as basketball players as a shooter is, okay, JJ Redick. Name one. Name you go and I'll
Kyle Korver.
Okay, Kyle Korver. Let's go Steph Curry.
Klay Thompson.
Zay? You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, you ain't right for that.
No, but it's true. Like, but here's the deal, though.
Yeah.
I think that Zay has the best formula for winning a one-on-one.
Yes,
right
he does.
I think he has the best formula right now. And this is not 5-on-5, so we can't count that. But at the same time, he's going to attack you. So we talk about jabbing, and then going for the knockout. Zay is hitting you in the body. He's hitting
every
you in
possession.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you get tired and you back up because you know he's going to boulder right into your chest, that's when he's shooting comfortable threes.
100%.
He got the formula. And that other people seemingly have not figured out, even though they're watching him win game after game. So I think that, but this isn't a one-on-one. This is a 2-on-2. And so you're going to get some rebounds. One thing that I know about Bruce and Zay, they're going to be crashing the boards.
Crashing them.
Nas, Frank Nitty, like they be crashing that glass. Is Tevin and Chris going to be ready for that? Don't know. But we'll see though.
Let's hope. Let's hope that they're ready for that. And for those at home that are tapping in and tuning in to Proving Grounds, is our live stream that's going to be going on in North Carolina. So make sure y'all tap in, subscribe to the channel so y'all are sure not to miss out on this great event. But after the free stream cuts, we got some great matchups still that are going to be probably some of the best in the game right now. That's when the real pressure is going to start, because people know this matters right here. And so one of the first ones I think about or that come to mind, it feels a little gritty. It's going to be physical. It's going to be defensive pressure. It's going to be some craftiness, and it's going to be mental toughness. Fonby versus Dijo.
I'll say this about DJL. He had a bad loss. He had a bad loss. He had a bad loss in the OBL. A different format. I hate
way different format.
I'm not gonna say
talk about the format.
I would just hate to play that type of style of one-on-one.
Bro, if I could sit there and get offensive rebounds all day,
you're beating everybody.
I'm jumping over everybody.
What are we talking about? And it's losers. So if you make it, I know everybody gonna think I'm crazy for this, but this is how you play one-on-one. But I've tampered with this idea in my head for a long time, and I just think that it sounds crazy to me until somebody tries it, and it might be terrible if they try it, but I hate the idea of losers.
Yeah.
We're going to reward you with the ball after you missed a shot. After you didn't get a stop. So that means you don't have to play defense.
What?
You know what I'm saying? I low-key love the idea of I don't care what style, the offense getting the ball back.
Every time
until you forced to play, you got to play defense, because that's why we love basketball, because you got to play defense. So anyways, with the OBL, he lost. He got blew out by Owen. I don't know if you ever seen Owen, but I played against Owen before. Owen's young white kid.
Okay,
50, can shoot the ball. He beat him like 7-8-0, something like that.
Yep.
And not the best showing, but like that don't have nothing to do with a dribble limit, right? So maybe that game would have turned out completely different, but him going up against Fonby just finished beating an NBA player not too long ago, and bad too, and was talking crazy.
Yeah.
And a lot of people had that money. I think one of the guys from Club 520 recommended this guy, and he got his butt whooped. And he's a good player too. Like, he's a good player.
Yeah.
It didn't matter that day. And so
Yeah.
now this is the second time this year, I think this year, that he's playing against an NBA player in DJO. DJO had a couple of I think got drafted by the Lakers. I went out and saw him, and I love his mind, bro. He loves preparing for this type of stuff. He's actually so locked in to play this game against Fonby, and he knows off top it's going to be physical. Real God-fearing person. Love that about him. But the way his approach, it's nothing personal, but I'm about to go out, and you're going to have to show me. That's what he's thinking. You're going to have to show all that stuff you're talking. That's cool, but you're going to have to show me. You know, and I love that about DJO. So anyway, not to talk too much.
No, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, no, DJO versus Fonby. That's one that y'all need to be on the lookout for. Fonby been on a tear, been playing some really good basketball, plays both sides of the basketball as well. So he's got his work cut out. DJO, I'm really excited to see what he brings to the space and to the table. We know he's a high level talent, and as you mentioned, he's surgical with his approach and methodical going into games and matchups and preparing for his opponent the right way. But this next one, oh my gosh, Dev. I mean, the one I'm looking at right now, this game is one for the ages, if you ask me. We got Lamar Peters and JT Terrell on the card. What?
Why we do that, right? Because he's a mixtape legend. So there's guys. This is what I found out when I went to North Carolina. There's God tier, small G, God tier,
small G,
and there's the legendary tier, and then there's the streets, and then there's the unproven. This is Michael Jordan, Dean Smith. This is those type of guys, right? Coach K. Then you got the legendary. That's John Wall. That's Chris Paul. Let me say Chris Paul first. Chris Paul, John Wall. John Wall did so much for that city playing in high school and turning the city up, being the best player in the nation during high school, and packed out gyms every time he showed up. Like you remember those times.
He had with the Holy Rams was legendary.
And some could argue that mixtapes would have never been what it was had it not been for him. Guys like Austin Rivers, guys like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyways, then there's the street. You got Rob, you got, Reese, you got a lot of guys, Cam, that are from North Carolina, some of them on this list. But JT Terrell was a part of that mixtape generation. And it's funny because they got history, because Lamar and JT just played for $100,000.
$100K out in LA.
And Lamar blocked his shot for game.
Yeah.
When put icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? So that's JT said he wanted this game because he's like, block my shot for $100K. I want that.
Come on, a honey bun, bro. I need the honey bun, bro. I took an L to you, and then you posted it online like, hey, I really do this? Oh, yeah. That's real smoke.
I think that Lamar, it's bounce back for him, right?
Yeah.
You got to get back on the right track. I always tell everybody, man, like, it ain't about what you did, how you lost. It's about what you do from there.
How you respond.
So,
right?
I believe in Lamar's game. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how people try to, down how he plays and how he talks. I love that he talks. I love that he tries to go back it up. He hasn't been that successful against the DMV, and it is what it is. Go do it again. Go try again.
Yeah, and pay-per-view matchups or pay-per-view games, though, when we look at some of the big matchups that he's had by himself, his record isn't as bad as it seems. It's just some of those big games he hasn't been able to come out with the W. He lost against, as you mentioned, those DMV guys time after time. But Lamar,
who is he losing to, though?
The best.
He's losing to the best.
Yeah,
really good players, and I understand he came on, he was popping it. But his record is pretty good, but people don't care nothing about that, right?
Yep.
They care, like, same thing with Dom. Dom was winning his games, and as soon as he lost, everybody saw that as a chance to kill him. And with LP, I understand the crowd and I understand him because he's chasing smoke. But I understand the crowd too, because you told us that you was the best. You told us. It's not about what you say, it's about what you do. And it's time to start backing that up, but you got to get back on track.
You do. You do. You got to get back on track. You hit the nail on the head. You talked about it. There's history there in that matchup. A honey bun was on the line, 100K, and LP stole the show, got the MVP, and left with the bread. So JT Terrell is looking to make a comeback onto the scene, into the space, make a splash, and get his get back. And when we talk about history in the space, we got another great matchup with a lot of history behind it. We got the Uncle School versus D Pitts matchup too, Dev. Let's talk about it. There's a lot of history there in that matchup.
Just so you guys know, it was a random. I'll give you a behind the scenes look at what was getting ready to happen. Hopefully, AK, y'all watch this. Y'all can cut it out if you want. I don't care. But
No,
the
we got to
game
keep
that was
this.
supposed to happen wasn't even from North Carolina. It was Nate Robinson. And that game was supposed to happen. And then it was supposed to be Bone Collector because Bone wanted to play. He wanted to run it. See, let me see what Scoob about. Right. And that's somebody else who I played against, and he could play.
100%. That's the
so it ended up falling through, I guess. I don't know exactly what happened, but it's worked out perfectly because D Pitts has beaten Scoob twice. Where? OBL. And hold on, let me point this out too. It was to 7 and then to 11. So that's convincingly, right? Oh no. But what happened after that? Let's do the real checkup with a dribble limit, all this rebounds and all that stuff. And so, they checked up and Scoob handled them. So you're up 2-1, but in this space is limited dribbles. But I don't care what nobody says. If you sign up, you gotta be ready for it. I don't care about no OBL wins or losses personally, but that's not how everybody else feels. You know what I'm saying? I don't play 2K one-on-one. I didn't grow up playing like that. It was funny because back in the day, everybody thought I was crazy when I wanted to play Frigga with a dribble limit. And everybody like, no, play them straight up. Unlimited draw. I'm like, what? Like
unlimited dribbles?
Yeah, bro. Where they do that at? They were like, oh, that's real one-on-one. This is not like, look, have you ever watched an NBA one-on-one where they be 3 dribbles?
Yep.
So I get 3 dribble and 5 dribble. So anyways, not even get too far off the topic. He's up in the current way that we play, but the game was to like 11. So this is the real one.
This is the real one right here.
In my opinion, this is the real one. And
winner takes all.
He can hoop.
Can really go. So I like that one. That's gonna be a good one. Yeah, you talked about all the history. I don't want to get too much into the rules, what counts, what don't just yet. We definitely gonna talk about that. We definitely gonna talk about that.
They're gonna come after you behind it.
I'm cool with it. Y'all can come after me, but we gonna talk about that a little bit later today. We still got a couple more games on this card that I know the viewers at home and the fans that are following this space very closely have been waiting for. We got Reese versus Scar, which is gonna be a great matchup if you ask me. Both of these guys got deep bags. Scar has matured. He just came off of a big win, I believe, on Next Chapter. And, I'm really excited to see what this matchup is going to bring. It's going to feel a little bit personal. I think it's going to bring some energy. It's going to bring some emotion. Both of these guys are going to play with everything that they have. And I think that this is going to be one of those games that people remember the most.
Scar versus Reese is an important game. And for this reason, Reese just lost BTA. And he lost against Cam So Smooth, who has struggled against a lot of players. But I want to give a shout out to Cam. Because Cam is starting to figure it out. Back up, run at.
Shout out.
He runs at you, he puts pressure on you, he gets to that mid-range, he gets to the basket, he hedges you, he'll push cross you, and he's out of there. And he's so fast. And so I need to see some of these matchups. Maybe it can happen, maybe it can't because of contract issues. I got it, whatever. But just let you know, I would love to see it.
Would love to see Cam over here.
Yeah, when you go to Reese, he can hoop.
He can really go.
Hoop. Now I called him, and I'll tell you straight up. Hopefully, Reese, you don't mind me sharing it. I said, look, there needs to be a time, and you can speak to this. There needs to be a time where you need to just work on your body. You need to work on that side to side. It doesn't take for me to really know. Like I just can look and see, like, oh, he's not that fast. And to add that quickness to his game, oh, bro, Reese is gonna be a problem. You can, Bonnet, you are one. You came to the gym, or we saw each other in Houston, and we worked on it. You used to come to the gym and used to help me out with my tendonitis pain. It's gone. Like I really
Out
be
of
in the
there.
gym now.
Yeah, I
And you
see
know what
you.
I'm on if I ever come back, but we're gonna say that for another day. But like I think Reese should really just lock in and just focus on that because he's a totally different player if he's quick. And I don't see that many people better than him. But as we pointed out, name some of the better players again, Bonnet.
Some of the
Hey,
better players in this space right now.
Face.
We got Zay, we got
Strong,
Scoob,
strong,
we got Nas.
strong.
Yeah, they're really
Bob,
working on their
strong.
body. Yeah,
Lamar, strong. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And
they're in that
what's the
gym.
dude? King, strong.
Yep,
These ain't no lightweights. So like,
not at
when I
all.
look at Reese, I want him to get a little stronger. And sometimes stronger doesn't always mean super bulky,
Yep,
but this is an important game getting back on topic because you gotta be the Scar.
you have to.
Who now let's talk about Scars. I done seen Scar almost beat Rob,
Hmm.
and then I almost seen him lose the games that he had no business losing. But I also seen him pick up some big wins and some bad L's. Like, let's just call it what it is. I don't want to call him in the middle of the pack. He's like
Hmm.
right there, ready to go to the next level, but he
On the
hasn't crossed
cusp.
the line.
Yeah, he's on the cusp of everything right now. But his ability to handle business in that last game against a tough
You know,
opponent, Inu, was definitely impressive. And watching how he responded, he didn't get too emotional in that game, and that's going to be big against a guy like Reese, who doesn't really get moved up or down too much during the game. Doesn't really play with his emotions on his sleeves. As far as what I've seen, Reese is very cool, very calm, very collected. His game is the same way, and that's one thing that you mentioned. He needs to add more of that functional strength to his body, to his game, and to his repertoire when it comes to becoming one of the best in this space. So I'm really excited for that matchup. I think Scar is going to pull that win off, just off the top of the dome. Just the way he's been playing right now and what he has and what he's out to prove. I think he's on another mission.
his defense is what really stands out to me. When he's ready to sit down, he'll let you shoot at times. But when he's really ready to sit down, he's not like breathing heavy. He
Mm,
locks up. And so
locks up
that's like the main thing. We got to see it. This is a good matchup. This is good.
100%.
Like neither one of them are lightning fast, and they both play with great pace. I literally call Reese Pastor Pace.
Pastor Pace. That's a good name
Oh,
for him.
Pastor
That's a
Pace.
good name for him.
His pace is crazy, and so is Scar. Scar's creativity is through the roof. He's an alien.
Yeah, he is. He
So
is.
this is this is going to be one of them games. And Reese, as I found out when I went to North Carolina, people swear by him. They say
Mm.
it's been a long time since he hasn't gone for 30 or 40 in their programs. And it'd be good players pulling up. And it was not him telling me, it was the people telling me.
Oh wow.
You
Wow,
gotta
so he got the
show us
city
now.
behind him.
You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta translate that now.
We got to see that every time you step out on the floor. One of those guys that really sticks out to me as far as showing it every single time he steps out on the floor, whether it's 3v3, 5v5, 1v1, is Nasir Core. And he has a great matchup against Justin Wright. Nas is one of the biggest names in the scene right now. If you're just now tuning in, you need to tap in. He has everything, all the tools. He's been very consistent. And consistency is one of those things that separates him from a lot of players, because a lot of players can have moments, but very few are going to consistently win or put up those same numbers from platform to platform or game to game. That's where the conversation is going to change right now. Nasir Core versus Justin Wright. What do you think right now in this matchup, Dev? What's going to separate these two competitors?
I'll put a battery in his opponent's back. I ain't never seen him. Well, I've seen him on Synergy, but we ain't seen it. We ain't seen it one-on-one, right?
Yeah.
The city swears by him. The city swears by him, and they feel very confident that he's going to beat Nas.
Oh, wow.
Show it. But experience is the main thing right now. Experience that he does not have on this scene in particular. He
That's a
has a
fact.
slow pace. He's going to go through your chest. He's going to play at his own speed, and he's a very confident basketball player. And he's going to have the city behind him. But Nasir Core,
Come on.
who everybody says is ducking, he playing a lot. And I want to make this clear, like he not just going out calling out a bunch of retired NBA players. Like people just made this false narrative about. He not doing
Yeah,
that.
that's not
He
happening.
with Austin Rivers. He didn't start that. I
He
think
didn't.
people are so goofy that they just can't just look and just see what happened. Austin Rivers
Yeah.
started that by talking to somebody some random fan who just asked, like, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
they blame that on Nas. I'd have been hot. But
No
anyways,
way. No way.
this matchup, it can only hurt Nas. Let's be real. It can only
Yeah.
hurt Nas if he loses or comes close to losing.
Yeah. Justin has everything to gain in this matchup.
Yeah, he does. And it's like the SK, right?
Yeah.
SK, dang it, we was there. He almost beat
He
Nas at
almost came back.
a home game for him, at a home game, and now we want to see more SK. So this could be Justin's moment,
It
and
is.
to get paid. And because this is what I want. I want to find more of these guys to come show out. I'm tired of the same matchups.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I think we need some fresh faces on the scene and we need to mix it up a little bit. And so when we talk about mixing it up, I got a really fun matchup. We're gonna have a great matchup to close this whole thing out in North Carolina. The hometown hero, one of the top names, the best names in the space right now. We got Rob Cologne going to make his return back to Ballislife, and he's going to be teaming up with Jamaro Brown. I don't know if I got his name correct, but they're going to be faced off against somebody you named just recently, SK, and one of the hottest players in the space right now in Bijan. This is going to be great. Closing the night with a team matchup, I think is very smart. It's going to change up the rhythm. It's gonna make people communicate more. It's gonna make them the chemistry matter just a little bit more. They're gonna have to make tough decisions in real time. And after a full day with all these 1v1s we got on the floor, it's gonna be a little bit of a different adjustment for these guys tagging in with one another and playing on this level. I'm really excited to see the Rob versus Bijan, but I think Rob versus SK is going to be pretty fun as well too. One player I'm not familiar with in this matchup though in this tag team is Jamaro Brown. You have anything about that guy we need to know?
Nope, come show us. That's what I'm saying. I didn't want to.
Everybody.
Yeah, come show us. Because the thing
Yeah.
about I didn't want to hand pick because then people would have been like, "Oh, y'all just trying to protect them." No, we're not.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I'm hoping that we get some wins and some losses here. Now,
Yep.
again, greatness is by when all the odds are stacked up against you, you still win.
That's a fact.
As a core.
That's a fact.
And so yeah, I want to see personally, I want to see the Rob versus Bijan straight
Come
up.
on. Come on.
I know you
Come
want to say I'll say
on.
we didn't
I
get it.
want to see it.
What's going to be the problem? And I can tell you already ahead of time.
Yeah.
Bijan and SK both have a lot of pride. Are they talking right now about this strategy? Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. Nobody really wanted the tag team. It was supposed to be SK and Judah, but Judah couldn't make this trip. It was supposed to be SK and Judah versus Rob and whoever he wanted.
Wow. Okay.
This is who Rob wanted. My question is, there's been a lot of talk about Rob being healthy or not healthy. Is he healthy? Because you plan to get some guys who really want this.
Are hungry.
They really want it.
And it's funny when we look at that, right? Like people being healthy or unhealthy, or, more specifically, Bijan sliding into spots where he might not necessarily be the number one pick, or he might not have gotten that nod before. We saw against Day, which I felt like there was a different matchup that Next Chapter had in mind. But Bijan ended up stepping to the role. I think Davo, they might have had LP slated to go in that next chapter summit matchup. They couldn't agree on a number. They wanted like 20 bands just for LP to show up. Things fell through, and that's how you ended up getting Bijan and Day. And once again, right now, as you mentioned, it's supposed to be SK and Judah. But because Judah can't make it, you got Bijan stepping in once again, which is dangerous for anybody on the scene right now. You do not want to see Bijan substituting for anybody, in my opinion. His ability to be able to score the ball all three levels is crazy. His pickup that's his signature, and his jump shot is absolutely lethal. So that's one person you don't want to see right now. And then his teammate, SK, after we saw what he did in Toronto, like, you don't want to see that guy either. It's like, I don't know much about Jamaro Brown. I know a lot about Rob Cologne and I know what he can do, but the question is he going to be healthy enough in this game to be able to carry his team to a victory? What do you think about Bijan and SK and kind of where they are right now in this 1v1
I'm gonna
scene?
put you in a predicament here, but I'll say this: Bijan is a one-on-one player for sure. Get him out there, play one-on-one. What you got to worry about mostly is rhythm with both of these guys. We saw SK go down and he was getting the brakes beat off of him.
Beat off, bro.
And then he started to figure it out. But had he been subbing out, what would have happened? It probably would have got worse. All right, so let's go to the other end. We just seen what Rob does in tag team.
He put up 100 by himself.
Okay, but let me ask you this. And Bijan, I'm gonna challenge you here because I hope you're watching.
You better be watching, boy.
But listen, don't take it from me. Take it from Bonnet. Bonnet, let me ask you a question. And I need you to be very honest. What's your most memorable moment in a team setting from Nasir Court? What's the best performance that you can remember from a team setting?
It's so many though. Like,
okay,
honestly,
name one though.
I feel like it's like every time. Who was it? Was it against golly? I don't know. It's tough because I feel like every time I watch Nas down the stretch of a game, he controls the pace and he definitely closes the game for his team. And there's been countless occasions, like in Toronto, he definitely went off against, I forget who it was.
You remember the team?
No, I don't.
It's almost every game. He's averaging like 25. Like almost every game he played good.
Yeah,
all right,
it's
Judah.
tough.
Let's name me your best performance that you've seen from Judah. Name one.
I saw Judah down the stretch against what? New Orleans.
Okay,
I think it was New Orleans.
That was when he went crazy.
Yeah, he dropped like 20 straight.
What's the best performance you remember from Sam? I'm getting out a point here.
In a team setting?
A team setting.
What was that? The finals day on
against
Toronto.
Who was guarding him?
Was it
DMV? This just came out.
Was it DMV? No, it wasn't DMV.
Nope.
Oh, I forget. It's not that easy.
Trayvon Devon.
Oh yeah.
How'd you forget that?
Yeah.
Okay. So name me Bijan's best performance 3-on-3.
It's tough.
He hasn't had one.
He doesn't have a big performance in 3-on-3.
Bijan and I will say he's a pro.
But if I can say this though really quickly, Bijan's impact in the 3-on-3 setting in his mind, in my opinion, is his valuable or his value right now, right? Like he knows the game and he knows when to go away from something or when to keep going to something. So I feel like he can take his pride and ego out of this situation more than maybe SK can, because he's gonna be like, SK, this is working for you. You stay in the game. Just like he was coaching Scar and Jamil in Battlegrounds on what they should do next. Whether they followed his blueprint or his coaching advice is another story. But watching those videos back and seeing his insight and what he wanted them to do.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, like that. His mind is leagues above a lot of players in this space, in my opinion.
And so my point is, when it's up to him alone, he's everything that as advertised. And the first time we saw him on the scene, he was up on school, which a lot of people are. But the problem is he's getting in better shape, right? We've seen it. We saw him go handle business against Day Day the other day. Like legit. He went on crazy runs. When it's up to him, so what's going to happen? Because he was on live the other day. He was like, he really wants this matchup. He really wants it. But like, as the fans made it very clear, these type of games don't count. Like they said, the tag team one-on-ones don't count. Got it.
I get it.
So
I understand.
If he has a good performance, he forces a matchup.
Yeah.
He forces the Rob versus Bijan matchup if he plays really well, has a great performance. But you got rhythm. So
if they don't find their rhythm together and the tag team is in turmoil, we might see a Bijan versus SK. Who knows?
Who knows? But I would say, and that is a good game. That's floated around. I will say that. But Bijan, if the team was his, I say this: if the team was his, like if we had a team Houston, he handpicked it, which he didn't in Houston.
Yep.
I see a totally different Bijan too, because he has a basketball mind.
He does.
He understands angles. He's masquerading as a shooter. He's really a driver.
Really a driver. Really a point
hard
guard.
left hand.
Yeah, he's tough. He got a lot in the bag, and like you said, if this goes well for Bijan, if he performs well against some of the top players in the space, which a lot of people on their list right now, they got Rob Cologne at number 1. He could force his way to the top. That brings me to the topic or subject. Who has the most to gain right now? Because that's the real question. Who can get the most from this event? Because this space is one performance can completely change how people view you. One breakout moment, one upset, one dominant showing. Your stock can change overnight. Dev.
I can't say school. Reese just lost, so I can't say Reese. He's not on a winning streak.
Yep.
And Scar, if he wins against Reese, well, Reese just lost. So it's like it kind of brought it down. If he would be Cam, and then you know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's out. The 2-on-2, that's out. The 1-on-1, Justin Wright, if he beats Nas, that's a big one. Now we got to see him again. We got to see it. So to me, it's out of him and not Fonby.
Bijan, bro. That's what I look at.
Not him and Bijan.
As you mentioned, you just stated it. When you talking, you look at Bijan in this performance, he could immediately get a top 5 matchup right after this game. The same thing for Justin. We saw with SK in his game against Nasir Core, how quickly now SK is in a tag team game against Rob Cologne after losing to Nasir Core. Okay, he had the most to gain in Toronto. He gained a ton. And now here in this matchup, Justin Wright, you have a lot to gain, whether you win or you lose. But if you win, you got a lot more to gain than if you lose. And then when we look at Bijan, if he goes on a hot streak and does what he did against Day, goes on one of his runs, we can see him. And I see conversations right now, Bijan in the top 5 because of what he's done this year alone. He's undefeated in his pay-per-views. No one has yet to stop him right now this year. So he's on a complete crash course to get a top 5 matchup if he's able to pull this win off.
I would say yes. But, then Justin Wright could just be like, I'm done. We're going to play overseas somewhere. I ain't doing it. And he makes it even bigger. Who's the funniest person? Who's the dude that beat Rob on Next Chapter? I can't remember his name. It was a pay-per-view game.
C4, it wasn't C4.
Rob was killing him, by the way. And he starts R farming. He lost the game.
Was it C4?
No.
It wasn't C4?
I'm so mad I can't remember this guy's name because he's really good. Played in China. Whatever. I'm going to remember right after the stream is over.
That's crazy. Whatever. I can't remember it either because Rob was in full control.
He got braids. He be with Lance Stevenson. He be with G5. And they about to play school. Oh, man, y'all probably in the comments saying whatever.
Cooking us right now.
So look, check this out. He won against Rob. Escaped with a victory, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what? I'm the king. I'm Thanos. He hasn't played anybody since. Oh, wow. He hasn't played nobody since. So
was it DA?
DA.
Darius Adams. There we go. We got it, chat.
My bad, Darius. My bad, dog. I gotta put some respect in there because you are Thanos now, apparently. Yeah. According to him. But yeah, no. So he won that game. Everybody was like, yeah, I would have played him next. He ain't seen him play nobody.
Nah.
So now he's got a lot to lose. He got a lot to lose. And yeah, so we're gonna see. All we can do is watch, and it's coming up in a few days.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of the biggest events of the ages this year. We got Ballislife taking over North Carolina. We got Proving Grounds and we got Battlegrounds. The 1v1 scene is starting to feel like basketball version of UFC or battle rap. I talked about that already. You've got different personalities. You got rivalries, disrespect, fan bases, and tons of clips going viral. now people aren't just really watching basketball, they're following our storylines as well. And Dev, you're doing a great job of telling those stories in real time. What do you feel like the overall feel for the 1v1 scene is right now, as far as from your perspective of storytelling and being able to bring some of these players and their brands to life and make them, superstars now?
Storytelling wise, something that I want to make sure that's being done a little bit better is giving guys a voice. I want to obviously make the documentaries. We got the Nas, we got the school documentary, we got the Lamar, Zay. You got a chance to know who they are, got a chance to learn about Left Hand Down. Some people started rooting for him after that. But I want to tell more stories. But even before that, a lot of platforms do this, but give them a chance to talk before and after games, both players.
Yeah.
And AK came with the idea to do that instead of like, I don't care, like I'll take myself all the way out of the situation, but I want people to know who these guys are and their personalities, and you choose who you want to support. This is what the scene is about. So now we making some changes, but I love where things are at. The only thing that I got to say, there's a lot of stuff like drama going around. I work too hard to let people just say whatever the hell they want. So, MJM Court went on the other day and he was saying he had some choice words for, I want to read it. Because it's not so much that I took what he said personally. It's more I just let it put a battery in my back. What are we talking about? Like, I love stuff like that. Let me see if I can read this clearly. I'm so tired of TNC and OTD/Ballislife mess. Don't come to terms with each other. This is so small, it's hard to read. Basically, he was saying,
take your time, Dev.
Frigga is the one who started this. He was saying, like the whole basketball scene, which I had a huge problem with. And then, because of the park takeovers, TNC does it better. OTD has the money. Ballislife just has the platform. So it's not this, don't try to make this like a Devin's taking a shot at court. Nah, I just have a problem with the idea of false narratives and different things of that sort. Because since I've came on to Ballislife, since you've been here, I ain't been sitting there copying nobody. I brought the documentary aspect and some different formats. Me and Matt made sure we did the Proving Grounds. Why we do the Proving Grounds? We wanted to lead in the Battlegrounds. AK came up with Battlegrounds. Who's doing an organized 3-on-3 to lead to more matchups that's going to feed into something else bigger, right? Who's trying to create the March Madness for 3-on-3 in the YouTube basketball scene? You can argue with your mama. The numbers are there, right? So in Proving Grounds, let me just go off and read you the number from Toronto because they're great. We had one 5-digit video that was 81,000 in the last since the whole series started. We started off the series, and since we've been posting this series, we got, and argue with the numbers. Don't argue with me. Let's see. What do we start off with? 500,000 views, SK or Sim versus Scar. 500,000.
Great video.
Here we got 315K from Trayvon Duval, his first one-on-one. Then we got 632,000 from Nas versus SK. Nobody knew about SK, really. But besides the people who kind of knew about him, because he does do good stuff on social media. But the people was like, why is he playing against Nas?
Yeah.
Proving Ground. Okay, then you got 158, 200,000, 215,000, 500,000, 100,000. The numbers are there. What are we talking about? Go look at everybody else's numbers. So, like, I'm not saying that I had everything to do with it. I just have, I don't like that they're like the idea we're trying to copy people. I'm trying to literally go in the opposite direction that people are doing. I want to use the 3-on-3 to find those good matchups. You got to think about what's getting ready to happen. Team Cleveland has Fambi. I forgot their third, but they have Joseph, Trey Lewis, Malik,
Team Michigan,
and they said one other one that make up Team Detroit. This has been put out, so I can say this. Team Detroit.
Yep.
Okay, so then you got who's the other team? Oh, New Orleans. Then you got Rob, who's going to lead North Carolina. You got to think about the matchups that's getting ready to go down from that with live dribbles, unlimited dribbles. You're going to see a chance for Lamar and Rob to attack each other, for Keon and Scar to go at each other.
Mm-hmm.
These are all matchups, bro. And then what we're also setting up, hey, bro, like look at all these. You can go play on this platform too. Like, look at this matchup that just happened. This other platform can take that.
Yep.
We running into a problem anyways. We got so many players, we don't even know what. So the idea that we're trying to copy people is pissing me off.
Yeah,
Because I work too hard at this every day to let somebody lie.
that's cool. That ain't
It's
cool.
not, he ain't
That's
not the
out of
only person
pocket.
that did it though, Bonnie. He's
Yeah.
not the only person that did it. So go ahead, Bonnie.
No, just yeah, that's out of pocket. It's disrespectful to a lot of the work that's been put in to lay the foundation and do what we're doing to develop these players, the platform, all the work that goes into the event, the countless amount of hours and planning and dollars that go into spending what we're spending to put on these amazing productions in these cities. We got to scout locations, find good facilities. We have to have the internet and the network connectivity to have the bandwidth to be able to even put on these live events. We have to get the stages set. We have to have a production team. But like, there's so much that goes into it. So to act as if, we don't have some of the best talent in the space right now on our platform, and we haven't been building some of the best talent in the space on our platform and putting on some of the greatest events, to say as if we aren't covering, I don't even want, we're
Bro,
covering the
listen,
best
it's
basketball
6
talent
teams,
in the
right?
space.
It's
What's
6
up?
teams.
Yeah.
That's 18 players,
Yep.
right? For like 5 days.
Come on.
They got per diem every day.
Yep. Per diem.
They're staying at Airbnbs.
Nice Airbnbs
What
too, by
about
the
their
way.
fees? Let's just say everybody's asking for.
Appearance
Let's just
fees.
say the thing is, I don't want to take shots at other platforms because I value what they bring because we're all growing together. But like the idea that Ballers Life ain't been putting on great matchups on their platform, and just go look at the face-off numbers. Even if you go to OTD and Ballers Life, go look at the face-off. Go look at the numbers from the School versus Nas documentary or the Nesco documentary, go look at them. And to tell me that we like copying or that we're just doing what everybody else is doing, or they just saying I'm just the BLS of Ballers, like it pissed me off.
That's crazy. And to act as if we not put money in these players' pockets. So to diminish what one platform is doing to lift up or uplift another platform because you want to slob on them, I'm gonna keep it a buck here. Like, I don't know where you get off saying things like that, or why people go to the internet feeling as if they're entitled to have a name or a voice or speak on the space when they don't really even know the ins and outs of it. That is what actually makes me a little upset. I'm not even
It
gonna
got me
lie to you.
tight because you
Yeah.
as my witness, since I've been on the scene, like where Ballers like all I've been trying to do is hunt for a collab, get guys to work together. And AK and Davo was just smart enough to do it. Like they've been doing it, like, and not because of me, because they just decided to work together. So that's why it's working, because it was a partnership split right down, and everybody was working hard and doing their parts.
Exactly.
But to act like people like Ballers Life, I don't know. I just don't want to like I'm not attacking anybody. I just don't like the bro. Listen, let's have this talk at the end of this year and see where everything is at based on what we got cooking. I just want to have that talk once you see Summer League.
My thing is, look,
Once you see the Nesquik and the character that we about to build, and how I'm about to get guys outside and build their name nationally.
Yeah.
Let's have that talk then. Because I think that, and somebody told me, I don't want to say who told me this, but like I don't think anybody really should be, in this almost quote, to be loyal. He tells people, don't be loyal.
Nah.
Well, unless somebody can pay you $1 million a year. Nobody paying that right now. So like that's why everybody's going here and going there. You can't be exclusive.
And that's why everybody's starting to do 1v1. There's no platform that is paying their players enough money to be able to be loyal and stick with one platform alone. And if you were the platform to start it, where's the funding? Why don't you have the money to be able to retain your players or things like that? Because it's not there. Nobody has solidified themselves as a monopoly in this space, and we're all just figuring it out and working through it together. And everybody is innovating and trekking their own trail and path. And to compare one platform to another to the next, I don't think it's fair. I don't think that it makes sense because we all are adding something valuable to the space. And I think that's just what we need to keep it at. We all have our own individual platforms. We'd love to see more crossover. We're seeing a little bit more of that recently. But what I don't appreciate is people speaking like they're speaking dev. I also don't appreciate people going on podcasts and talking about, well, when you take a player from our platform that we're invested in, we build them all the way up and we do all these different things, and then you take them and then you go put them on your platform and they play for you. What? Why are you taking our investment?
Are you
Did we
walking?
not just
You
see
walking
that?
it back now. That's all that was, walking it back, and it's not like a shot. It's just it is what the market is. What are you talking about? You know,
Why,
I
you
think
say something like that and then you go take talent from our platform and go put them on your platform?
I don't know. I feel a way, but I have like so much respect for other people that I won't really say how I really feel. But I just that's what I'm saying. I still respect it, and I could just so I say the players should be able to say what they want and not take anything personal. You know, like that's just the same way I feel about things. But where the part where I have a problem with is I just won't let certain people get away with stuff because, as a lot of people know, I do come with receipts.
Yep.
So, like, if you keep contradicting yourself at some point and you throw me in it, because I work for Ballers Life, you
Mhm.
know, and so like I think that it's worth. If I don't have to find another fucking job, I won't go find another job. You know,
Facts.
I want to do this forever. I want to see this
Same.
go to the Olympics. I don't
Yes,
care
sir.
what none of y'all think. I think that we're all capable of doing something, but only time will tell who the PBA is and the NBA is.
Facts.
I'm not doing this to come in second place. And it's
Yeah.
cool because I don't have people tell me that's in charge of these platforms. I'm not losing to you. Okay, cool. Like I love competing, you know, and so I think that's what makes this so fun is that not only the players are you seeing this with the platforms, but I still would love it if everybody can. Hey, I would love it if
Everybody come
everybody would
together.
be able to figure this out. We can collab like I've been trying to do, so that
Exactly.
we can get a Rob and Nas, and so that we can get this and that. I
And
know I watched the summit. The summit is just to pay people more, right? And an idea makes sense. But even if you could pay guys $50,000, they still gonna go play somewhere for two.
exactly. If it's not consistent or if it's not something that's going to keep going week to week, day to day, people got to do things to keep themselves busy. And honestly, it's a lot of love in the game and the sport just in general. So people just want to be outside and they want to hoop. And I got a lot of respect for all the platforms and everybody that's doing their thing right now. I just want to call a spade a spade. When we're talking about it, there have been people who have publicly come out and say, this or that, or, move this way. And like you said, the receipts come. Like we got receipts of like people going out publicly saying this, but then, now we're seeing kind of a change in the dynamic and a shift in how people are getting booked or what talent we're seeing on each
You have a
platform.
choice.
And that's great for this space right now.
Yes.
Like that's one thing that I'm very excited about.
I appreciate everybody, all the work that people are bringing to the table. We're all working as hard as we can. And for me, I'm not throwing nobody under the bus. No, I'm not throwing anybody. I just think that when you say certain things, you got to expect a certain reaction because this is our livelihood. But you know, that's just I'm not going to attack anybody.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. I'm not
You sound
looking.
great now.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not looking to attack anybody either. But again, at the end of the day, I want to just be very transparent with everybody in this space right now, and I think we're moving in a great direction. We got some people, some names and faces in the scene right now that are making a big splash because I think that this is going to be a very good conversation to have right now. Who's the face of the 1v1 scene right now? At the top right now, we have Nas, but right behind him, I feel like Zay is a real big name y'all need to look out for right now in the next couple of months. And then people on the come up right now, names like Bijan. Of course, you can't forget about guys like Rob, Scoob, any other players that you want to mention right now that could potentially be the upcoming or new faces of the 1v1 scene right now?
Nah, I just want this North Carolina to go down. I want to find a new player from North Carolina. That's our main goal is to put people on that can hoop. And if you guys know somebody that can hoop, we're gonna go to a bunch of different cities this year. Recommend them because we are looking to showcase talent and to grow this sport the right way. And I say sport, I know a lot of these goofballs think that 1v1 can't be a sport, but you got freaking breakdancing in the Olympics.
It's hilarious.
You know what I'm
Eh,
saying? Like, of course, I'm gonna do everything that I can, and if I don't do it, somebody else will. But I promise you, I'm gonna do everything that I can to see it through. And hey, look, I said this before. If y'all don't want to create the committee, I'll do it myself.
Yeah, we'll do it ourselves. And another question before we get off here on the pot: if you're a viewer at home, you're taking a listen, what city should we host our next event at? Where would you like to see us pop out? Because we feel like the environment matters. We want to pack it out. We want to jump in. The crowd is going to matter. Energy matters. As you've seen in our Toronto series, they brought all the energy. So some cities are naturally going to elevate the intensity of this 1v1 space. And when we look at future matchups, this is going to be very important because the future of this space is where things really get interesting. We want to see it in the Olympics. We got guys like Mikey Williams stepping back into the space for the OTD event later this month. We got former overseas pros entering. We got NIL hoopers stepping into creator basketball, talking about different things. I think Tyran Stokes, not too long ago, was talking about he'll play Nas 1v1. So it's so many different conversations that are going on in the space right now, from Austin Rivers to, Draymond Green. The NBA is talking about it as well. And just before we wrap here, I want to shift into the NBA playoffs just a little bit. And we have the playoffs on fire right now. We got Cleveland going against the New York Knicks. And that game that I saw in game one was absolutely stellar. We thought Cleveland was going to pull it off. They were up 20 late in the game, fourth quarter. And then Jalen Brunson, the Brunson burner, erupted late in the fourth quarter. He went off for like 6 or 7 straight possessions and scored down the stretch, attacking the Cleveland defense. So I'm really excited to see what we're going to see. But Dev, I want to turn it to you about the OKC and the Spurs series that you saw. You talked a little bit about Wemby earlier in the podcast, and just his impact on winning in basketball and his mindset, his approach, and the fact that he is actually hungry for MVPs, for championships, for DPOYs. What are your thoughts right now in the Western Conference?
I think that well, what's crazy is going into overtime, I think both scores were the exact same. The NBA is in great place. Everybody keeps talking about, the NBA is losing out on viewership. Bro, the NBA doing just fine. They adding teams. They're doing great. And in basketball, while certain players were injured, or Steph was missing, or sometimes LeBron or Luka was missing, basketball was still doing great. You know, and that first round was amazing. But this one, these two series, like there's something to watch. You know, you got guys who could really hoop in any setting. You think Jalen Brunson wouldn't do good at a one-on-one?
Yeah.
He was ISO heaven that other game. But going into the Spurs and the OKC series, Shay, you got to show us now. Now, you did win the MVP last year, and you did win Finals MVP. Let's be real. He
Let's be
is who he
real.
says he is. They're doubling the crap out of him.
Yeah.
And they're playing boxes and elbows. And somehow Wemby is going from the paint on slot drives. When Shay's going from the slot, he's going from the paint and still closing out to the corner. Unbelievable, bro. The thing
Unbelievable.
is, they're allowing Caruso to go off. Beat us, go for 40.
Yeah.
And as crazy as it seems, like he still had a good game and they lost
They still lost
without De'Aaron Fox.
without their playmaker, their clutch player of the year, without somebody as integral to their offense as De'Aaron Fox is. We saw somebody in Dylan Harper step up to the table, start
Cold,
lineup, and he's been balling all postseason
cold.
long.
He is
He is cold.
cold.
He is. He's the real deal. I got a chance to sit down with him and interview him.
For real?
Um,
Oh, let's go.
yes, at the NBA Cup earlier this season,
Oh,
and
I saw that. I saw that. I saw that.
yeah, he's
I
just
saw
he's just poised, and I could tell at that point that he was ahead of his time. And even seeing those guys compete against OKC in the NBA Cup and see how dominant they've been every single time they matched up against them has been very impressive. OKC does look dangerous, and SGA just won the MVP once again, and he's continuing to prove why he's one of the best players in basketball. This team feels real, but then you got the Spurs who are even realer. You got Wemby. The speed at which he's changing the league right now is honestly kind of crazy because impact on both ends is immediate, and it feels like his team has found the chemistry to be able to find him in all his right spots. And I want to talk about that deep 30-foot three-point
Bro,
shot
what the
he hit.
hell? What was that
Nobody could
about?
believe it. What? It reminded me of Stephen Curry just pulling up from deep, and oh my goodness.
You see the video where it's the same situation. They tried to shoot a bank shot off the glass. They missed. Steph Curry can't. It was Westbrook. He tried to shoot a bank shot. He missed. He got the ball. Steph Curry shot a long range. It's the same thing that happened in that
situation.
It was crazy.
Right.
And so you got to think about what we're watching here, right? It's what we imagined that Wilt was doing. That's what, like, now I'm starting to believe it.
I'm believing it too.
I don't care. That 100-point game happened now.
42 points and like 26, 29, 30 rebounds. It don't matter. Like, Victor Wembanyama is him. And
all the way.
You got to look out. If he makes this run, we're definitely gonna have him on a watch early for next season's MVP, but he's got to finish the way he's playing right now. I think that they have what it takes to win the NBA championship if they stay healthy. Even without a healthy De'Aaron Fox, they're proving that they can still beat the best team in the league. So you guys stay on the lookout right now as these conference finals.
But why though? Listen, let's stay on that for just a second. Why though? They do the same thing. They play together. They defend together. They do the same thing OKC does. But they have way more talent.
They do.
Way more. You got to think about it. Everybody always like, oh, yeah, Shai's the MVP because he has a great team. But they can't name who's going to go. They can't name 2-3 guys that's going to go to a different team and be the star player on a franchise player. They can't name. But can you do that for OKC? Yes. De'Aaron Fox, it was a franchise player.
Yeah, when you talk about the Spurs, for sure.
Right? And so think about this, bro. They got De'Aaron Fox, who plays point guard at 6'5", and his arms are as long from sideline to sideline. And then you got Devin Vassell, who's probably like 6'6" or whatever, and he can shoot the lights out the ball. And then you got Dylan Harper, who comes off the bit. And then you got what's the dude name? Let's go Wemby, who's like an alien.
Yep.
You know, and so it's hard to score on these fools.
Yeah.
You know, so they're long.
Did you mention Stephon Castle?
That's what I was trying to think about. Point guard, right?
Yep.
Who was in the doggone dunk contest? Like, name these players that have the same resume on OKC. Not a shot at OKC, because I've told people this. OKC isn't doing anything that other teams can't do defensively. Can they play hard on other teams? Of course they can. Can they play help defense? Of course they can. They're not doing anything special, realistically.
That's a fact. Right?
It's just that the Spurs are more talented. Now, can KC come back? They got to hit shots, right? Yeah. But like the rim advantage, the rebound advantage, the height advantage, it goes to the Spurs. Who's closer to the basket? You know, you're going to have more opportunities that way. So anyways, kind of getting off of that a little bit, man. Like, I look forward to this series, but both of them, because you got ISO heaven on one side, you got two crazy good teams, like teams on this side.
It's beautiful basketball we're seeing right now in the league and the NBA. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. This summer is going to be heating up. And to make sure that y'all stay cool, actually, before I get into that, I do want to see Chet Holmgren take a little bit of pride of playing some defense on Wembanyama and just guarding him straight up, man oh man, mano y mano. I don't want to see no more of that help side stuff, because by the time Wemby gets to the rim, it's over. It's curtains. You can't contest that. But again, I digress. The NBA season is heating up right now. The finals are right around the corner. And to keep y'all cool this summer, I want to talk a little bit about the Iceman Drake before I get you off of here, Dev. Did you listen to it? Did you listen to the album?
Leave Kendrick alone. That's all I got to say. Leave him alone. Like, he's such a good rapper. Drake is such a good rapper, but like, I know everybody going to say what they want to say. Kendrick bodied him. And when they actually went head to head, so much that they offered them to be in the Super Bowl. I go, and people just be thinking I'm lying. I go to China. I go to all these different countries, Europe. They still playing not like us. They still playing. I promise you. And, you know, the numbers say so. Dude came out with 3 albums.
Yeah.
He's a monster, bro. And I love Drake. I love Drake. I love Kendrick. Yeah. Now everybody's for Kendrick. You know, he got a different style.
He does.
But bro, the albums are dope to me.
Okay.
What's my favorite song on? What's your favorite song on there?
Honestly, it's tough, right? When I look at it, I think the whole album of Iceman was great, right? When I think about Drake, and what he did with this three project
Mhm.
drop that he just had and roll out or whatever, I definitely rocked with Iceman, right? That's without a doubt, without a question. The other two projects, honestly, weren't necessarily for me. I could listen to a couple of songs here and
I know
there.
what you're saying.
Yeah, but I feel like Iceman was more of a, I think my homie Caven said it the best. I feel like when people drop albums, they're looking for a grand slam. The Iceman was probably a grand slam, in my opinion. On Drake, he hit it out the park, but the other two were like base hits, maybe a single and maybe a double. So I feel like if you're gonna drop a project, it's got to be a home run. It's got to be a grand slam. It can't be a grand slam and two base hits. But I see what Drake did there, trying to get out of his agreement, get
Oh,
out of his
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
so he needed those 3 albums to be able to go independent now, which I respect and I understand that from a strategic standpoint, but if we're just talking about the projects themselves, I think that, Iceman was good. I think competition changes music the same way that it changes basketball. And Drake's new project felt hungry again, like he felt hungry again. Especially like I said, Iceman, that version of Drake. I feel like that's the version that people like myself we wanted to hear and we like to hear from Drake. And as I mentioned, the other two projects weren't for me, but there are records here and there. But Iceman felt focused. When I look at some of the best tracks on that album, because you asked. I think that
Okay. Okay.
Shebang is a good one. That's a hitter. Whisper My Name I've been listening to. Ran to Atlanta, just to name another one. I like Plot Twist as well. Those are some of the ones that stick out to me personally. But what are your favorite songs from the album?
No, the song I got on repeat is "Make 'Em Pay."
Make them
That's what
pay.
I like. "Make 'Em Pay." That's my top of five.
Hey, you on one right now? You got a battery in your back.
I do, but that's just the song that I really mess with. But like,
I
yeah,
got you.
coincidentally,
Coincidentally. Oh, that's great. And honestly, I feel like that beef, like you mentioned, you want him to leave Kendrick alone. That beef changed Drake, and that battle. It had to change his perception a little bit. You can hear him addressing it in certain things now, but competition does that the same way it does in 1v1. Pressure is going to reveal things. But quick debate where we close. Um, what matchup do you need to see real quick immediately?
Bijan versus Rob,
Okay. And
Lamar and Nas.
okay.
That's why
Okay.
bro. It's a lot of matchups. I mean, you want me
That's
to keep
good.
going?
No, it's quick. It's quick. And
Uh,
what NBA player would dominate the
Hold it.
1v1 scene right now?
Bones. Sorry, told you that.
Victor Wembanyama. Anyway, so
I can't guard Bones. He can't guard Bones. You gonna get me killed because everybody gonna think Wemby can win.
kill
Boy,
him.
trouble, that's
Kill
tough.
him right now. Don't let
That's
him
tough
leave.
though. I like that.
Yeah, but this scene is evolving in real time, and it's not just about talent. It's in culture. The personalities are bigger, the matchups are bigger, the pressure is bigger, and that's why people are paying attention. And if you took something from this podcast, the Winning Formula, powered by Ballislife, make sure you guys follow us on social media, subscribe to the channel, and share this with a friend. I'm Terrell Bionic Brooks, and on behalf of Devin the Lab, this is the Winning Formula, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.